Hello everyone, I am your facilitator for this course on promotion of human rights, artistic freedoms, and freedom of expressions. Did you know that education in human rights is a fundamental human right and also a responsibility? In this lesson, our first lesson, we are going to be looking at the 2005 Convention and Human Rights. Please feel free to leave the class at any time and continue from where you have stopped. So let's get to class. Yes, so welcome back to class. In this lesson, we will define human rights, identify some cultural rights in international instruments, we will recognize the link between cultural diversity and human rights, and we will identify the link between the 2005 Convention and human rights. Dear participants, please feel free to leave the class at any time and come back when you wish to. So what are human rights? These are basic rights and freedoms that belong to every individual in the world. They apply regardless of ethnic ties or religious beliefs. These rights cannot be taken away from an individual, although they can sometimes be restricted. For example, if a person breaks the law, or in the interest of national security, they can be restricted. And these human rights are based on values such as dignity, fairness, equality, respect, independence, and are defined and protected by law. These rights include freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom from slavery and torture, and many more. In 1948, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights was adopted by the UN General Assembly as a result of the experience of the Second World War, and in 1966 they were turned into legally binding provisions by two covenants, which are the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights and the International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights. So what is the link between cultural diversity and human rights? This link has been established by the Universal Declaration on Cultural Diversity, and it states that the defense of cultural diversity is inseparable from respect for human dignity, and that it implies a commitment to human rights and fundamental freedoms. Also, Article 5 of the Declaration states that cultural rights are an integral part of human rights, and they are indivisible and interdependent. Also, Article 2 of the UNESCO 2005 Convention has emphasized that cultural diversity can only be promoted and protected if human rights are guaranteed. Note that the 2005 Convention only deals with one aspect of cultural diversity. All other aspects are in these conventions, the conventions listed in this slide. So what are cultural rights? They are much more than the rights that just refer to culture. They include all human rights that protect or promote components of the cultural identity of individuals and communities as part of their human dignity. The right of self-determination is a cultural right. The 2005 Convention also contains the principle of respect for human rights as seen in Article and also Article 7. At the Institute for African Culture and International Understanding, we are calling on all state parties to ratify and fully implement all these conventions, especially the 2005 Convention, so we can enjoy all these cultural goods and services. Wow, this has been an exciting lesson for me as I have learned a lot. I hope for you too. I hope you now know some of your rights and some international instruments. In the next lesson, we shall be discussing artistic freedom in the 2005 Convention. Goodbye and thank you.